Alright, what's good, family? I'm back again with a video. And I understand that people are going to be watching this new Space Jam, A New Legacy by LeBron James. Now, I personally is going to support the original, right? I'm not going to watch this new Space Jam because to me, he's trying to be like Michael Jordan. And I'm going to explain what that is in a second down the line towards the end of this video. But I'm going to talk to you about something that he should have done instead of Space Jam. Because I feel Space Jam is Michael Jordan's movie when it comes to the Looney Tunes. And let me say this now. I don't critique LeBron James on a personal level. Because what the man did outside of the NBA is great. Okay, he's done a lot of charitable events. He's done some activist work. Okay, the man opened up a school and everything. He's done some good things. But I'm critiquing LeBron James on a career level. Okay? Because every time we turn the TV on ESPN or Fox Sports, we hear Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, Kendrick Perkins, and all these guys say that LeBron is better than Jordan. I have to disagree. So that's where I critique LeBron. But you look at every NBA player, every basketball player for like the last 30-something, 40 years. From Dr. J, Ray Allen, Kyrie Irving, even Kevin Durant, they all had their own movies. None of them continued the same type of movie from what the other basketball player did. Dr. J got a fish that saved Pittsburgh. The New York Knicks have what's called Eddie, played by Whoopi Goldberg as the main star. Kyrie Irving, we've all seen Uncle Drew. That was his movie that he created on his own. Okay, we seen Shaq with his 2 movies. You know, Shaq didn't do basketball movies. He still had his own creative characters. You know, Kevin Durant did a kids movie called Thundershot. Even George Miran's son has a basketball movie of him playing a giant with Billy Crystal. Okay? So with that being said, I feel LeBron James, instead of doing Space Jam, A New Legacy, and continue, because to me, that didn't need no sequel. If Space Jam really needed a sequel, they would have did that with Kobe Bryant years ago. When Kobe Bryant went that 3-peat with Shaq, and when he became the Black Mamba and took the Lakers to 3 NBA Finals, going 2 for 1. I believe somebody I wondered if Vanessa Bryant has a story where Kobe Bryant turned down a Space Jam deal by Warner Brothers. But let me tell you the movie he shouldn't have done. Now what you're looking at is Survivor's Remorse. Now, as you can see at the top of here, it says produced from the executive producer LeBron James. So this is something that LeBron James did on his own a few years back. This show has 4 seasons in. It stars. For those who have the Hulu app, I suggest you watch this series from season 1 to 4. Okay, this is a very good show about a young black man by the name of Cam Calloway. Okay, and Cam Calloway is pretty much growing up in the hood, in the ghettos of Boston, Massachusetts, with his cousin Reggie here. Reggie later on becomes his manager on the show. And Cam battles his way through college. He goes through high school. His mom, played by Tichina Arnold, raises that young man. He goes all the way to college. I think he plays college at Memphis. And then he actually gets drafted by Atlanta in the NBA. And the story on the whole season continues on from there. And they also have Mike Epps playing his uncle, which I thought was really great. And Mike Epps can act. And he's funny at the same time. I always enjoyed Mike Epps' comedy, but he does a very good job on this show. This show has a predominantly all-black cast. This is what LeBron James should have released right now instead of that Space Jam, A New Legacy. Because this is something that LeBron James helped produce on his own and created on his own. This is his work. Okay? Like, if you LeBron, you want to be better than Jordan, then you got to create your own. You got to create something that they're going to be remembered for. Because when Michael Jordan passes on one day and he leaves Earth, it is only his way to see God. And I hope he's a Christian. I hope he made peace with God and he goes to heaven one day. People are going to be remembering Michael Jordan for Space Jam, the first Space Jam movie. That's going to be what Michael Jordan is going to be remembered for. That's going to be part of his legacy. But when LeBron James retires, they're going to remember him for stuff like this. Okay, yeah, I think LeBron did another movie. Yeah, he did movies like Trainwreck and something like that. He did other projects, but this is mostly him. Okay, so let's take a look at this cast. All right, so let's just take a look, right? Look, you got Jesse Ursher. Now this young man can act. Now the first movie I seen this guy played in was the movie with De La Salle. De La Salle. Right, that movie on where they won CIF they won a CIF championship, being the underdog. And that was the same year they beat Long Beach Poly on their way to that championship. He played the receiver. Jesse Ursher can really act. Now Erica Ash, M-Chuck, she's known for that movie. I think she was in the last Barbershop. I think it was Barbershop 3 with Ice Cube. She's very good on that movie. On that show, she would have been good in the movie. Plus, she's also lesbian. She's gay. So for him to put this movie out, he would have got support from the LGBTQ. Ron Rialco Lee. Now he plays Reggie Vaughn. Now everybody most notably know this guy for being on. He played Tia's boyfriend on Sister Sister. And then later in the last season of the show when he went to college. He's done some other stuff in Hollywood too, but that guy plays Reggie. Again, to me, best supporting actor. Now there's Tiana Paris. This is a fine black sister. I ain't lying. I mean fine chocolate woman. Plays Missy Vaughn. This is Reggie's wife. Again, very great role. She exceeded her character well. Okay? She is due for a movie. Right? Tiana, to have her in a movie right now would be very, very good. Especially if she represents for the sisters. The black couples that are married, happily married, she represents for them. And then you have Tichina Arnold. Again, to have Tichina, have her and Mike Epps in another movie, that would have been great. Because think about it, right? You take this all black cast, you put out Survivor's Remorse, the movie, which could be the conclusion of the season of the show. And this is all about Cam Calloway trying to win a championship. LeBron could play a character where he's the hottest free agent, because LeBron did basically be in season 2 he played a role. He was in an episode, I think the season finale of season 2, where Reggie wins that poker game. It was Reggie, LeBron James, the guy playing Cam Calloway's manager, and then the owner of that team. They was all in a poker game. And Reggie came on top and LeBron played the episode. He did a good job. So imagine, right, the Hawks are struggling. The Atlanta team is struggling. And this is Cam Calloway trying to have a redemption. He's trying to win a championship. And LeBron James decides to get persuaded by Reggie. And Reggie's going through hoops and bounds to try to persuade LeBron to join Cam Calloway, his cousin. You know, Cam endorsement is going well, so now he's trying to rebound. He has a problem. The team was losing; they had a bad year. He's trying to keep his endorsements and everything, but getting LeBron James to sign with his team and help mentor him on the way. And they go through trials and tribulations, beating certain NBA teams to get to that finals. And plus, this movie would have had a lot of momentum because the Atlanta Hawks were actually in the Eastern Conference Finals battling the Bucks to get to the championship. And imagine had Trae Young them pulled it off. They beat the Bucks, and they went on the finals right now playing Phoenix, and this movie comes out. And not only do you have the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA championship, but you also have this team. The team Cam Calloway plays for, that's also Atlanta. They're named Atlanta on there. That movie would get a lot of momentum. It'll get a lot of positive views. The reason why Space Jam is getting criticized the way it is now, like harshly, because again, it's too much of a carbon copy. It's trying to be too much like Jordan. There's no originality. There's no creativity. What happened to Jordan in that movie is almost the same thing that happens to LeBron James, except now you got to get his son. Except Michael Jordan took it away from his kids, and he had to try to get back to his kids in Space Jam. But Survivor's Remorse was a completely different story. And plus the fact that LeBron didn't do it this year, he can do it in the movie. A lot of people would have saw that. This cast needs LeBron James a lot more than than Don Cheadle. I got nothing against Don Cheadle. He's one of the greatest black male actors I've seen in my lifetime, but he didn't need to do this. I would rather have Don Cheadle in this movie, helping this cast. This cast needs him a lot more. They need a movie. And his uncle, right? Even though his uncle passed, I think by season 3, or yeah, he passes in season 3 or 2. Yeah, I think it was season 3. Even though he passed in season 3, to have Mike Epps play a have Mike Epps in a flashback where Cam is going through an episode where he remembers what his uncle Julius taught him. and then how Mike Epps tell him some words of encouragement while being funny to him and Reggie, that would put this movie on the top. A whole lot of people would pay a whole lot of money to see that. Yeah, Tiana Paris. You know what I'm saying? Erica Ash. Erica Ash can really act. She's another great actress. Erica Ash, who plays Imchuck, very good. But sad to say, this show should have a season 5. They don't. So to have this show be a movie, and then next you know, LeBron James announcing they're gonna do season 5, that would really help the show out a lot. To me, it reminds me of that football show, The Game, that had Tia Murray in that one. I think it had Pooch Hall, and it also had Hosea Chanchez. Shout out to Hosea Chanchez. I met him when I was working at the Queen Mary a while ago, back in 2018. That also had Lauren London towards the last seasons. That's what this show is called. It's like the basketball version of The Game, except it's not as much. It's not as dramatic. It hasn't have that long of the seasons. I think The Game has like 8-9 seasons. This show only has 4. But again, this was a great sitcom by LeBron James for him to be the main producer of this show. This is something that he created. This is a part of his legacy. This is his own characters. Space Jam belongs to Michael Jordan. The Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Daffy, and all that, that's his. For LeBron to make this a movie, man, I would really respect LeBron James a whole lot if he would have done that. Because this cast needs some more. For this to be an all-black cast in a movie like this, especially for this summer, that would help out a whole lot. Okay? LeBron did not need to do Space Jam: A New Legacy. He really didn't. And shouts out to my boy Shelton Bailey. That's a cool friend of mine. I had a chance to work with that guy back in 2013 doing a project up near Santa Fe. He always plays LeBron James stuntman. And he could ball too. The dude could really play basketball. Shouts out to his son. I think his son is going into high school. I think his oldest son is on his way to college basketball pretty soon. But that guy can act. He's a very good actor. Everybody knows him for being on Nickelodeon. You know, I met him before he got that deal. But he's a real cool dude. You know, I hit up Shelton just on Facebook just a couple hours ago. I got nothing against him, but again, man, like, I understand what LeBron James was trying to do, but look, bro, you not Jordan. Remember, Jordan put out Space Jam after he won his, I believe, 4th NBA championship, beating the Seattle Supersonics. And then after he done that movie came out the summer after that was over. That movie gave him momentum going into the 1997 season. And then he went on to beat the Utah Jazz 2 more years in a row. So what LeBron James wanted to do, he figured, okay, well, I got Anthony Davis. I'm pumping. I'm finna three-peat. Let me top Jordan. I'm finna win this championship, and then I'm gonna win this pandemic championship, which he did. He brought the Lakers to 17th. All right, now he did that. I give him his credit. But then he decides to really put out Space Jam: A New Legacy. He decides to do the movie. So the main reason why LeBron gave up in Game 5, this is the real reason, because things didn't go his way. The Phoenix Suns said, we tired of being pushed around. We got a chance to knock off the defending champs. You got Jay Crowder that was hell-bent on beating this dude. Because remember, this is Jay Crowder's 2nd NBA Finals in a row. Jay Crowder was on the Heat when LeBron James beat him. Right? Last year. LeBron and Anthony Davis beat the Heat. He was on there. Now he's in the finals now. But Jay Crowder played against LeBron in the first round this season. And then Chris Paul has never beaten the Lakers at all in his career. And they finally do it. Game 5, you were only down by 19. It's 5 minutes ago. That 19 points could get turned down to 0 if you play the right defense. Had that been Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson, they would have found a way to send that game in overtime. LeBron got pissed off because things wasn't going his way. The team wasn't working. Anthony Davis was out. He just got mad and threw a temper tantrum. Why? Because he can't dominate no more. He's not on his way to another NBA championship, just like Jordan did. That was the whole agenda behind Space Jam: A New Legacy. Again, y'all, I'm not criticizing. Please don't say I'm trying to put down a black man, because I'm praising this all-black cast. You see me right now praising this cast, which is predominantly all black, and for the 4 seasons that they did, because each one of these actors and actresses did a very good job. You even had Ernie Johnson from NBA on TNT. He actually played in episode 2 in season 4. Ernie actually shows up when Reggie goes to that golf course. He actually makes a cameo appearance in this on this show. I think Kenny might have been on there too. LeBron had a couple of people from the that work with the NBA make an appearance on this show. And even then, you could have had little Romeo on here too, which is Cam Calloway's friend. He could have made a comeback and been one of the players where he turns his life around, he turns his acting around, right? He started taking basketball seriously. He does good from the G League, and he makes his way onto the roster, helping Cam. So have a lineup with Cam Calloway, little Romeo at the shooting guard position. You got LeBron at the 3, dude. That would be very interesting, because Romeo can ball too. Yeah, you can have Romeo Miller in this movie, man. Like, come on now. You don't need to do this second Space Jam movie. To me personally, man, and this is my own opinion. This Space Jam New Legacy is not gonna be as good as the original Space Jam. It's not gonna sell as the sales and the viewership is gonna do. It's not gonna do as good as the original Space Jam. It's just not. The original Space Jam, some people got that on VHS and on the remastered version. I still got the soundtrack right now. I got the CD-ROM right now in my collection, in my storage somewhere. Like, the soundtrack for the Space Jam New Legacy is not going to be better than the original Space Jam with Michael Jordan. The original Space Jam movie got Chris Rock with Barry White on the track. Basketball Jones. It's got Fly Like an Eagle that was nominated for a Grammy. It's got TLC. D'Angelo's also on there. You even got, If I Hit Him High, Hit Him Low with Coolio, LL Cool J, Busta Rhymes. Like, come on now. It's not going to do better than that. Yeah, some people find that soundtrack corny. I find it creative, because those were legendary artists. Even on the original Space Jam, you had Muggsy Bogues, you had Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. If I'm not mistaken, Larry Bird was also on there too. He might have been actually in that movie as well, man. Like, it had Hall of Fame players that Jordan all played against. It's not going to do better than the original. I'm sorry, man. No, and I have y'all know too, and this is no lie, Michael Jordan turned down $100 million to do this movie. Because again, WB wanted Jordan to be in this film, and Jordan said no. Jordan turned down $100 million. If you don't believe me, you can look that up yourself. Jordan turned down $100 million because he don't want to be in the same movie as LeBron. Because he feels LeBron James was taken away from what he did. It's taken away from his legacy. Jordan don't want to share the spotlight with no LeBron James. And Jordan felt that LeBron is trying to take away from him. Basically, Jordan felt that LeBron is trying to be better than him with this movie. Because now that Space Jam: A New Legacy out, people are going to be talking about Space Jam Legacy being better than the original Space Jam. And comparing against what Jordan did. But I feel this Survivor's Remorse, this cast should have a movie. Especially with Mike Epps and Tichina Arnold. With Uncle Julius and his sister Cassie, that would go really well. That would be very well. And then you can have Cassie get married to the dude, the Asian dude she was going with. Towards the end of this movie. Because she was going with with the dude who makes Cam Calloway shoes. You can have that going on. You know, Reggie and Missy Vaughn finally get a child. Yeah, Reggie Vaughn and Missy Vaughn finally gets pregnant and she has her first child. Because throughout the series, she couldn't get pregnant. And that was hurting her. Chuck finally graduates college. You can promote education, especially for a black woman. Now, I don't hate the LGBTQ. I just don't agree with what they believe in necessarily. That's their beliefs. I got my beliefs, but she was lesbian. She was gay in this movie. But for her to go on to college and battling her sexuality and battling who she is, that would have got a lot of people to go see that movie, especially LGBTQ. This man, LeBron, could have got a lot of money. A lot more support than in Space Jam: A New Legacy. And for her to finally get a college degree towards the end of the movie, and for Cam Calloway to be a legend and get a championship with LeBron James's character, him playing himself in the movie. It'd be just like when Patrick Ewing, or not Patrick Ewing, yeah, but Larry Johnson played himself in the Eddie movie, based on the New York Knicks. It'd be just like that. LeBron could play himself helping Cam Calloway, Jesse Ursher's character, mentoring him and helping win a championship, like he did Kyle Kuzma. That would be beautiful. To see that happening, and then to announce towards the end of the movie that it's going to be a season 5 coming soon in like 2022. Again, man, LeBron can have something going. Because this show needs it needs to be back on the air. It ended in October 15, 2017. I was upset too, because this is one of my favorite shows on Stars. I've been a Hulu subscriber for a while. You know, this is one of my favorite shows on Stars besides Power. But LeBron James is not thinking like that at all, dude. So this is why I can't. This is why I critique him the way it is, because everything this dude did, Shaq did in the early 2000s. Remember, Shaq did movies, but Shaq was on the Lakers and the Heat. He did all of this. Remember, Shaq not only did music, he did Kazam and he did Steel. Steel, which is like a black superhero, in a sense, man. Come on now. Shaq got his own movies. Dr. J got his own movie. Kyrie Irving put out Uncle Drew. That also had Aaron Gordon in it. He had Lisa Leslie. He had Shaq. Of course, Shaq was also in the movie. And then he had Nate Robinson. Kyrie Irving got his own characters. That was something he created. His own movie with his own characters. Uncle Drew is his. This is his trademark character. That's his nickname. Like, LeBron's not thinking about this at all. He's not. He's not thinking about Mike Epps. He's not thinking about Ticino Arnold. He's not thinking about Teyana Paris, Ron Lee. He's not thinking about Erica Ash or Jesse Ursher at all. He's not thinking about them. Again, this Space Jam, The New Legacy, is all about his ego. That's what it was. It's about his ego and his pride. Since Jordan did the first JJ, I'm going to do the second one. That's just as stupid as when Young Thug tried to put out the Carter 6. Let me take y'all back to like 2016, 2015. Young Thug, right? I think this is the time when Lil Wayne was going to court battling Birdman, trying to leave YCMB because he was suing Birdman out of money. They were beefing. Young Thug had Rich Gang, which was was something like it was basically another Young Money that Birdman's trying to do, and he pinned those two against each other, right? Now, even though Young Thug was never a part of Young Money, he tried to rap like Wayne. He admitted that he was a fan of Wayne because he was such a big fan of Wayne. He said, well, Wayne did Carter's 1 through 5. I'm going to do 6 through 10. And then Wayne said, no, you ain't finna call your album Carter 6. The Carter series is mine. If it's going to be a Carter 6, I'm going to put out a Carter 6 on my own. That's my last name. And because of copyrights and because Wayne owns the rights of the Carter's last name, Young Thug could do it. That's why it's called Barter 6. And somebody tried to argue with me too, man. Had the nerve to argue with me about that. It's very stupid. So that's why I feel in this situation. Basically, LeBron James is Young Thug while Michael Jordan is Lil Wayne. Michael Jordan's continuing something that he didn't need to do because it belongs to Jordan. That was Jordan's movie. And of course, Warner Brothers, they just want money anyway. That's all this was. COVID-19 affected their business. Warner Brothers took hits. So they just trying to get back in top. They don't care regardless. And I truthfully believe in my heart that Warner Brothers tried to offer Kobe Bryant to do Space Jam back then, and Kobe Bryant said no. And that's because Kobe Bryant had sense. Kobe Bryant said, I'm Kobe. I'm not Jordan. That's his legacy. That's his movie. If I'm going to do a movie, I'm going to do my own thing, which he did, which is Game of Zones, which he didn't do a movie. He did a series. But I think Kobe Bryant did his own projects. He wasn't trying to be Jordan. And neither was any other NBA player. Durant didn't do it, right? Shaq didn't do another Space Jam. Kyrie Irving didn't do Space Jam. None of those guys did it. Not even Steph Curry. Even Warner Bros. They might have tried to offer Steph Curry the role, and he's turned it down. Steph Curry could easily have done another Space Jam movie. But Steph Curry ain't going to do that because Steph Curry is Steph Curry. Steph Curry going to do his own thing. And Steph Curry technically got his own TV series, his own documentary. You know what I'm saying? His wife Aisha got her own cooking show. He don't need to do no Space Jam. But anyways, y'all, man, that's just the movie. And I don't mean to be ranting on like this, but I'm just saying, if LeBron James would have did a movie with this black cast here, Survivor's Remorse, which he was the main producer, he did a lot of work with the show. For him to make this a movie and to win a championship, helping Karen Calloway's Atlanta team win a championship, and for that to happen, that would have been worth a lot more for his Hollywood career than doing another Space Jam, which you didn't need to do. Space Jam did not need a sequel. So me, I'm gonna stick to the original. I'm not ever watching this Space Jam New Legacy ever. Not even when it comes out on DVD. I don't care if my son and, like I said, if I have kids and they want to see it. I don't care if my goddaughter is trying to see it. My little brothers and sisters, no, I'm not going to. I don't care about my nieces and nephews want me to take them to see it. I'm not going to see it. If I do take them to see the movie, I'm not going to be watching it with them. I'm going to go somewhere else. Like, they could watch it in there. They could watch it on their own, right? I'm going to go and watch another movie. And that's just me boycotting because I can't see that happen. Now, you can't do Jordan like that. I'm sorry, man. Because now the issue is Now, since LeBron did this, he's already a future Hall of Famer. LeBron James is already like a top 10, almost top 5 NBA player. Now they're going to be comparing movies. It's bad enough you say he's better than, LeBron James is better than Jordan in numbers, right? All these stats. But now you're going to say his movie is doing better than Jordan's. It's like you can't let Jordan have nothing to himself that he did on his own. That's what I'm saying. It's all about creativity. Me, I'm a former actor myself. I've done some work out here in Hollywood. Now I done casting calls. I done all types of stuff. Okay? I done plays before. So me, I'm critiquing LeBron strictly on your creativity and your originality. Right? You're a Hall of Famer. You're a superstar. You got to come with your own product. You got to come with your own idea. Space Jam was Jordan's. This is your movie. Survivor's Remorse would have been your own movie and your own creation, something you did that's part of your own legacy. But anyways, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. I'm going to post the link for my Instagram, fam. Okay? This is going to be for you. I'm going to post the link in the description. Right? I'm going to finally do that with this video here. Anyways, man, y'all stay blessed, stay tuned. As always, I will see you soon.